Hey guys, Tyler here. We're back with another predictions video. It's that time of year, so I'm going to be predicting the Six Flags Chains 2020 new attractions. I'm just going to go through this pretty quickly and give you what I think best fits the park this coming year. Six Flags Discovery Kingdom could really use a drop tower. Even with the 150-foot limit, I think that a S&S Double Shot would fit here very well because the park has been working with S&S for one, and two, they don't have any sort of drop tower ride, and these double shots pack a punch because they can be short and they're really intense and fun rides. And I think this is a ride that Discovery Kingdom could be seeing come to them next year. Magic Mountain. They recently have been getting really nice rides. They've gotten the West Coast Racers, they got the Crazanity, and I think that they could be getting a Zamperla Disk'O this next year. Just a little bit of an off year, flat ride expansion, nothing much, but something that they could help bolster their flat ride lineup, because I think that Six Flags is going to be wanting to work them back into the flat ride. Because their flat rides, they don't have really the right flat ride lineup. And they have a great coaster lineup, just their flat ride lineup could really use some work. Now, over Georgia and Fiesta, Texas. And Zamperla Endeavour is what I'm predicting is going to these parks. One, they're very cheap investments, and these parks have been getting some pretty good things recently. And two, these parks have room for these smaller additions, and so I think this will fit really well into the park. Over Georgia has been rumored to get a coaster for a while, the S&S 4D Free Spin. I still don't think it's coming quite yet, but I do think 2021 is the year that you could expect a coaster to go to Over Georgia, and it'll be the Free Spin, but not this year because they got a really good flat ride last year. I don't think they're ready to go right back and put in another big investment into this park quite yet. And Fiesta, Texas, they have been getting a lot of great rides. They had that in-house dark ride they did themselves, but they've been getting some great rides this last decade, really. And so I'll think that they'll be getting a nice flat ride, small edition. Great America Water Park Edition. Maybe it could be a water coaster. Could be just a new slide complex. But I think that this park's going to take a break from their dry park. They got Max Force last year. And so I just think that now they're going to start to want to work on their water park, because it's been a while since they've gotten an expansion water park related. Six Flags America and St. Louis, I predict, will be getting an S&S 4D Free Spin this coming year. Now, the 4D Free Spin, I've ridden them. It's a fun ride. It's a good ride. But it feels sort of like a flat ride, if you know what I mean. But America does not have this 4D Free Spin yet. And I've heard they could possibly be getting RMC Roar. I don't see that coming yet. I see them trying to get some things into this park to get them. They recently added the Star Flyer, and so I think they're just going to slowly work their way back into the Six Flags feel for America. And Six Flags St. Louis, rumors for the Raptor are around, the RMC Raptor, but I don't see it. I don't see it happening quite yet, because they still do need that 4D Free Spin. I feel like Six Flags wants to get that over with and put it in the spot of Tidal Wave, because we're likely going to, imagine that's going to be closed and removed at the end of this season. And these 4D Free Spins, it'll fit in nice. And I don't really think we have the room yet for us to have a Raptor put in, but I feel like next year they may start clearing it. I feel like maybe in 2021, the 50th anniversary of Six Flags St. Louis, Six Flags St. Louis will get a RMC Raptor. That's what's my prediction for 2021, not next year. I think they're going to get the 40 Free Spin, but maybe they could see two coasters in a row. Never know. New England S&S Air-Launch Coaster, Max Force, something like along those lines. These are great rides, and I don't even care if it's a clone of Max Force, for crying out loud, because that was such a good ride. But the New England does not have a launch coaster, and this is a really good fit for that park. And the park, and we know Six Flags is still working with S&S, of course, something that they really like to work with. So I think that they'll be getting the Air-Launch Coaster. Great Adventure. This has been probably one of the most talked about roller coasters. But I think they're going to be getting a West Coast Racers Premier Rise multi-launch dueling coaster, but I think that's going to be called East Coast Racers, which is pretty cool. I think they have the West Coast and the East Coast. Both have racers, but I think that this is a park that really used to have a great coaster lineup, but it's sort of they haven't been really adding anything to it really since El Toro, which was the last good big coaster. So I see them getting a really nice coaster next year to help bolster that lineup back up, get them to be one of the best Six Flags parks once again. But I don't see the Raptor, RMC Raptor, or the RMC T-Rex because I just think that Six Flags wants to give them something better than a Raptor, but not quite pay for the T-Rex. Great Escape. I think they're going to be getting an ABC Rides Tourbillon, a bigger investment for Great Escape. They haven't really gotten anything good, and this is a pretty good ride for their lineup of flat rides. They don't have coasters, they don't have rides, they have a water park. That's really what they're known for. But I think this will really appeal to their public. It'll be themed something Great Escape-y, like the woods or something, I don't know. But I think this ride will really fit into this park. Next, Darien Lake. I think they're going to start giving them the Kiddie Park expansion to the Bugs Bunny, Boomtown, DC, Super Friends Kids area. And I think that they're going to be trying to work themselves, Darien Lake, back into a Six Flags park. They got them the Sky Screamer. I think now they're going to try to get them the DC feel, the Bugs Bunny feel, to try to make it feel more like a Six Flags park. Frontier City, I think they're going to get a Star Flyer, Funtime Star Flyer. Darien Lake got this last year, and I just think that these are really good fits. And Frontier City doesn't really have a lot of room, but these take up a very small footprint, and I think that this would be a really easy ride to incorporate. Over Texas, I think they're beginning the Mack Powersplash. This is a bit rumored because of the Six Flags in Dubai project has been put on hold, and Mack basically doesn't want to keep this in storage anymore. So over Texas, which it gets really hot in Texas, I can tell you firsthand experience that this will be a good addition to their park and a fun coaster for them to get next year. I think it looks like a fun ride. But it looks like it could be a pretty good family ride with some pretty nice drops as well. Next, the Ron is going to be getting the Relocated Intamin Zack Spin from Six Flags Magic Mountain Green Lantern. I feel like it could go to LaRonde because earlier this year we had some people from LaRonde come and look at it, and talk to Six Flags Magic Mountain. We heard those rumors, so I think that this will be going to LaRonde because it just makes the most sense for me that this ride will actually get, I think, a good reputation in Canada at LaRonde because they don't really have a great coaster lineup there. Next, Six Flags Mexico. This is the last one on this list. Yes. And they'll be getting a Zamperla Giant Discovery. They've been getting some pretty great rides as of these last few years. Last year, Six Flags Mexico got the Bugs Bunny Boomtown Kids expansion, so I think they'll start to put a little bit more money in this park. They'll give them the Zamperla Giant Discovery. Really fun flat rides. I've heard a lot of people tell me that these are some of the best flat rides there are. I haven't gotten to ride one myself, but they look very fun and very intense. That's all for my predictions of Six Flags videos. Please comment down below what you think I did right, what you think I could have improved on, what predictions you agree with, and whatever. But just please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later.